welcome you back to Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia, as the NFHS Network presents live streaming coverage of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament presented by your local Little General stores. Today's games are being produced in conjunction with the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission by Video Productions. Greetings from South Charleston and Field A at the Rock, where it is day one of the state tournament. Today's schedule has included 2 previous games, 2 more on the docket in Class AA in the opening round, and now in the consolation round and championship round of this double elimination tournament, with the winners advancing in the championship bracket and the losers of this consolation game going home for the season. Greetings from South Charleston and our great video productions crew, the SSAC and the NFHS Network. I'm Andrew Miller, delighted to have you with us for this third game of the day, featuring a matchup between the Herbert Hoover Lady Huskies and the Independence Lady Patriots. Both teams losing their first contest of the day. Independence dropping a 5-0 decision to Oak Glen, and Herbert Hoover dropping a 7-3 decision to Sissonville. As you take a look at some of the fun action that has been taking place here today on this beautiful afternoon from South Charleston, West Virginia. The starting lineups are set to go, and we'll have the first pitch for you after these messages on the NFHS Network.
At Tudor's Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal, served all day long, and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
Mm-hmm. You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
And we welcome you back to Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia. Consolation bracket action. It is win or the season is over. If you're able to eke out a victory in this consolation bracket, we'll move on to tomorrow to face off against the loser of tonight's nightcap, Oak Glen and Sissonville, squaring off in the 4th game of the day. Right now, we're ready to go here in the top of the first. Independence will come to the plate first. It will be Delaney Buckland, the pitcher. Took the loss in the Game 1 defeat against Oak Glen. Same pitcher for Herbert Hoover, Grayson Buckner, the junior. Delaney Buckland, the pitcher, leads it off, batting second. Shortstop Allie Hypes, batting third, catching Caleb Park. Batting in a cleanup position, the center fielder Destiny Blankenship, batting fifth. Out in left, Kendall Martin, batting sixth. At third, Sarah Bragg, batting seventh. At second, Jana Davis. Next pitch, this one is nubbed towards the first base area, picked up by Fox. Over to first, not in time as Veltri, the second baseman, was coming to cover the bag. And Buckland beats it out for the infield single. Finishing off the lineup, batting eighth for Independence, Chloe Hart. She'll be the first baseman. Designated player Trista White is the designated player, batting ninth for the right fielder, Alyssa Daniels. will set the Herbert Hoover defense. Grayson Buckner pitching, Sydney Bright behind the plate, first baseman Josie Fix, Emma Veltri at second, Brooklyn Huffman at short, Caroline Woody at third, Abby Hansen in left, Courtney Pfizer in center, and right fielder Sydney Shamblin. Hype steps to the plate. 368 hitter on the season, 25 RBIs, 7 doubles, and a home run to her credit for Independence. Patriots took a tough defeat to a very talented Oak Glen team. Here's one ripped back off the glove of Buckner. We saw that in the opening game loss for Herbert Hoover against Sissonville a couple of plays late in the game. Hard hit shots hitting off of the glove of the pitcher, Grayson Buckner. And another base hit for the Patriots. It was right off the glove and into the left side of the infield. So back-to-back interesting hits for Independence here. To lead it off, Kalen Park coming to the plate. And Independence in that first game, by the way, were only able to manage one base hit. It came in the bottom of the 7th inning against Oak Glen. They've already got 2 here. This is a hard hit shot to the third base area, fielded cleanly. And the Huskies will finally record an out on the 5-3 put out to Parks. Parks able to sacrifice runners, advancing Buckland to third, Hypes to second. And immediately in the top of the first inning, the Patriots have a threat brewing with 1 out and runners at second and third. Destiny Blankenship, the cleanup hitter, stepping to the plate, the center fielder on the season, 264 average, 13 RBIs, 6 doubles as well. First pitch in there for strike 1. Buckner working quickly. And the count evens at 1-1. And the Patriots fell victim to tremendous pitching in that first game by Maddie McKay. A one-hitter. This one popped up into shallow left center field, moving over and making the grab is Pfizer. That will allow the pitcher Buckland to tag from third. The sac RBI by Destiny Blankenship, and Independence scores their first run of the day.
Now batting for Independence, number 16, Kendall Martin.
So Hype stayed at second on the throw-in from Pfizer. With 2 outs, it will be Kendall Martin, the left fielder, coming to the plate. First pitch called strike. Martin on the season, a .372 hitter, 35 RBIs, 10 doubles, 5 triples, and 15 stolen bases for the sophomore left fielder. Buckner rocks and fires in the off-speed pitch. That changeup worked well in game number 1 in the loss to Sissonville. Quickly out in front in the count is Grayson Buckner, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. This one grounded towards the second baseman, Veltri. Underhands it across to Fix, and out number 3 recorded. The Patriots strike first in the top of the first. 1 run across. To the bottom of the inning we go. You're watching the WVSSAC Class AA Softball State Tournament on the NFHS Network.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again.
Now that the world keeps turning around.
Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
CBS Equipment has over 30 years' experience in the mining industry and is committed to supply mining companies with reliable, inventive, quality equipment as well as top-notch customer service. CBS Equipment is proud to support the Independence Lady Patriots as well as all 2021 Softball State Tournament participants. Well, it took just 1/2 inning for Independence to get on the board after being blanked by Oak Glen in the opening round game with just 1 base hit Patriots, the first two batters coming to the plate, Buckland and Hypes, back-to-back singles. And a sac RBI by Destiny Blankenship gives Independence the early lead. Huskies to the plate for the first time today, though. And again, Buckland will be the pitcher of record. She took the loss this morning, 15-11, a 2.43 ERA, and 165 and 2/3 innings of work. 276 strikeouts for the sophomore, just 43 base on balls delivered. 1-1 the count to Brooklyn Huffman, the shortstop. It'll be Huffman followed by Caroline Woody, the third baseman. Sydney Bright, the catcher. Cleanup hitter Courtney Pfizer batting fifth. Pitcher Grayson Buckner batting sixth. The left fielder Abby Hansen batting seventh. Right fielder Sydney Shamblin batting eighth. First baseman Josie Fix and Emma Veltri, the second baseman, batting ninth. 1-2 pitch. This one popped up into shallow left field, and that is made a little interesting by the fact that the sun is shining now, and as it is going down later into the evening, it is going to be right in the face of the left side of the infield and the left fielder. That was a nice play by Kendall Martin, shading her eyes from the sun and making the grab for out number one. Caroline Woody, 327 hitter on the season, 8 RBIs. Huskies able to knock out 11 base hits in that loss to Sissonville. Next pitch jamming the batter Woody. That one popped over in foul territory. 1-1 the count. These two teams met one time in the regular season. Back on the 1st of May, it was Herbert Hoover at home taking care of Independence, 5-2, a close ball game. And with so much on the line in this one, you would imagine both teams going to try to put forth their best efforts. It's win and you advance. And the one who loses here tonight will finish their season. Only 3 teams will move on to tomorrow. Next pitch also jamming Woody, and she'll pop it up in the infield. Over at first base, coming in to make the grab is Chloe Hart for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first for the Independence defense. Coming to the plate, the catcher, sophomore Sydney Bright, a 423 hitter, 30 RBIs. Takes a swing at the first pitch, rips it to the shortstop. Hypes gobbles it up, and the freshman across to Fix for out number 3. A 1-2-3 defensive inning in the bottom half for the Patriots. They lead 1-0. You're watching WVSSAC Class AA Softball State Tournament on the NFHS Network.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100-plus stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
A beautiful evening it has become here in South Charleston, West Virginia, Little Creek Park, the site of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament. A year off last year for COVID-19, the pandemic ruining the careers, or the end of the careers for a bunch of seniors. We're just happy to be back here, and it is shown in the fact that the patrons have flocked to this facility, a beautiful facility, the first year that South Charleston has hosted this event, and they are putting forth a great first day. A great first inning defensively for Independence after taking the 1-0 lead, a 1-2-3. Bottom of the first, to the top of the second we go. Sarah Bragg coming to the plate first for the Patriots. 6, 7, and 8 due up in the inning. As Bragg delivers one down the line, foul. And Bragg, again, was the lone base hit represented in that first game loss to Oak Glen. It happened with one out in the bottom of the 7th inning. McKay had a no-hitter going into the bottom of the 7th for Oak Glen. Next pitch called strike. 0-2 quickly to Bragg. A third baseman, a .349 hitter, 28 RBIs and 7 doubles on the season. 0-2 pitch, and Buckner offers another changeup. Bragg out in front. That will represent the first strikeout of the day for the junior, Grayson Buckner.
Number 10, Jana Davis.
Quickly one out in the top of the second inning. In the championship bracket, Oak Glen and Sissonville will square off 30 minutes following the conclusion of this consolation bracket game. Jana Davis stepping to the plate. Davis, a .310 hitter with 12 RBIs. A trifecta of doubles and 11 stolen bases. This Independence team likes to and can steal bases if they get on the base pass. 127 stolen bases. Here's one poked into very shallow right center field. And once again, the senior, Courtney Pfizer from center field, coming over to make the grab. She did it a few times in game 1 against Sissonville, showing why she was a first-team All-State selection 2 years ago as a sophomore. Not the hardest hit ball. Sometimes those can be dangerous, but Pfizer covering a lot of ground out in center field. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. Stepping up is Chloe Hart, the first baseman, swings at the first offering. Hart, a .302 hitter, 23 RBIs, a pair of home runs, 5 doubles, and 4 triples. She'll go opposite field, and this one is placed perfectly. It'll drop in front of the left fielder, Hansen. And the Huskies unable to go 1-2-3 in their half defensively here in the top of the second inning. A third base hit in the first 2 innings for the Patriots. Just an opposite field shot there. A well-placed slap base hit from the left-handed hitting Hart. So Independence, they didn't like the taste of almost being no hit in that first game loss to Oak Glen. They have come up aggressively swinging the bats. 3 base hits already. Trista White stepping into the left side of the batter's box. She'll look on at strike 1. White in limited duty, .475 hitter, 7 RBIs, and a dozen stolen bases. Check swing on the next offering, and home plate umpire says yes, she did go around. 0-2 to White. So Grayson Buckner looking to try to get out of this inning very quickly. Timeout called by Independence head coach Ken Atkins in his 7th year at the helm, 125-72. Again, Independence looking for their first ever state championship as a program. Huskies, led by Missy Smith in her 15th year, a tremendous record, 340-99, 4 state titles, including 3 in a row, 17, 18, and 19. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. They'll send the runner down. The throw not in time. It got away from the shortstop, Huffman, anyway. And that will be the 128th stolen base of the season for the Patriots. One and 2 the count. And White will stay alive, catching a piece of it. Storms have rolled through the last couple of days in West Virginia in the Kanawha Valley. Rained this morning, but it is a beautiful day. Running slap hit down the foul area. And the battle continues with White against Buckner. Class AAA game going on to our left. Next pitch, just missing on the inside area. Snap throw down to second as Hart was a bit off the bag. Good throw by Bright. 2-2 the count now to White. Back to the top of the order. After this, Independence will send Buckner to the plate. And White continues to battle. Fouling off a couple of pitches with a 1-2, now a 2-2 count. Seven pitches in the at-bat. Here comes the 8th. That one is nubbed over towards the second baseman, Veltri, who gobbles it up for out number 3. A base runner aboard, no damage. To the bottom of the second we go. Independence leading Herbert Hoover 1-0. You're watching the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Whether you need help with landscaping or the perfect manicured lawn, call Chris Dukic at All Seasons Lawn and Landscape. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape, proud supporters of girls softball and the Ritchie County Lady Rebels. Out of Class Single A, they are on the first field as you enter this complex. We're up on the rock on Field A. Field B is housing the AAA state tournament. We're in Class AA as we move to the bottom of the second inning. Independence in this elimination game, leading Herbert Hoover, the 3-time defending state champions, 1-0. Huskies went down without a fight in the first inning, 1-2-3. Pfizer coming to the plate. The center fielder made a nice play last half inning defensively. And she will swing out of her shoes on that first or the second offering, 1-1. Pfizer. 535 hitter, 26 RBIs, 10 doubles for the senior in her final season in the red, white, and blue of the Huskies. She was a first-team All-State selection as a sophomore in 2019. And she is swinging for the fences right now. She has stepped up with reckless abandon. 2-2 the count to Pfizer. 4-5-6 coming to the plate here for the Huskies in the bottom of the second. Grayson Buckner, Abby Hansen to follow. 2-2 pitch. Stays alive, does Pfizer. Patriots coming in 22-15 overall. 24-4, the Huskies. Here's a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Kaylin Parks. And down goes Pfizer for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. First strikeout of the day issued by the pitcher, Buckland. So the pitcher, Grayson Buckner, coming to the plate. Swings at the first offering, up the middle. And that one kept in the infield by a great diving stop by the freshman Allie Hypes, but unable to make a play on the ball. So Buckner will be awarded the infield single. And that was tremendous effort by the freshman Hypes. Thought for a second she might be able to keep that in the glove. That was a hard hit shot just out of reach. So Abby Hansen, the left fielder, to the plate with the runner on first for the first time today for Hoover. Hansen, a .368 hitter, 23 ribbies and 8 doubles for the sophomore. Another one missing low. Buckland came into the postseason with just 39 walks, had 4 of them in that first game, lost to Oak Glen. This is one popped up over near the third base dugout. That will go into the fans. 2-1 the count to Hanson. Batter number 6 in the order for the Huskies. Independence took the lead right off the bat. A pair of base hits by Buckland and Hypes, and then an RBI on a sacrifice by Destiny Blankenship. Here's one's ripped at the third baseman. And that's going to be an error on Bragg over at third. A hard hit chopper, though, by Hanson. And really just forced the hand of the third baseman, as you see on our little General Stores replay. The chopper right up to the glove. Tough play to make. And runners at first and second. Shamblin coming to the plate, a .325 hitter this year. 18 ribbies, 8 doubles for the sophomore right fielder. Again, this Husky team, although they are defending champs from 2019, just 3 players on this team were on that team. Here comes the throw down to third. It gets into the outfield. A delayed steal by Buckner forced a late throw as the Patriots were out of position defensively. And that allowed Buckner to head to third on the stolen base. On the throw down, Hanson moved on to second, so that takes away a force out. And the Huskies, for the first time, have a big threat brewing. Chamblin with an opportunity here to plate 19 or even 19 and 20 for the Huskies. Here's a hard hit shot to the shortstop and a delayed decision to throw across the bag to first by the shortstop, Allie Hypes. Still able to make the play at first. Hart did a good job of stretching to grab that one, but Shamblin will earn her 19th RBI on the sacrifice here, and the Huskies will tie it at 1 apiece. That was a very delayed throw over to first. I thought for a second that Heights might be a little too late on it, but showed the arm strength. As Buckner scores from third, that moved Hanson along. With 2 outs, Josie Fix at the plate. Fix a .406 hitter, 16 RBIs on the season. Sophomore first baseman for the Huskies. Heavy cut on the next swing, 1-1. The nightcap will feature the championship bracket, Oak Glen and Sissonville. Oak Glen defeated Independence 5-0. Sissonville had a big victory over the Huskies, 7-3. And Buckland missing with another one outside, 2-1 to Fix. Number 9 hitter in the order for the Huskies, Veltri on deck. Next pitch, this one jams the batter, but just enough strength on it for Fix. She'll poke it into shallow center field. And just like that, the Huskies have taken the lead in the bottom of the second. Fix with the RBI bloop single. Back-to-back ribbies for the Huskies as Hanson comes home to score.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 13, Emma Veltri.
Pair of base hits and a pair of runs scored for the Huskies bottom of the second inning. Number 9 hitter, the second baseman, Emma Veltri, a .288 hitter with 10 RBIs. Next pitch from Buckland, missing upstairs. Huskies, the 3-time defending state champs, trying to avoid elimination here and continue through this bracket. 1-1 offering, missing away. For the Patriots, they'll have the top of the order coming to the plate in the top half of the third inning. 1-2-3 due up. 2-1 pitch. Back inside goes Buckland. And Veltri swings and misses, 2-2. 2-2 pitch called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Freezing Veltri for out number 3. But the Huskies fight back in the bottom of the second. They score 2, and they lead it by 1, 2-1. We'll move to the top of the third inning. You're watching the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament on the NFHS Network.
2 hits, 1 left on base.
Welcome you back to South Charleston, West Virginia, site of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament. We are on Field A at the Rock at Little Creek Park in Class AA. The 3-time defending state champion Herbert Hoover Huskies now in the lead after plating 2 on 2 base hits and an error in the bottom of the second inning. Pitcher Delaney Buckland back to the batter's box. She singled to begin the ball game, scored on the RBI on the sacrifice by Blankenship back at inning number 1. That represents the lone run on the board at the moment. 2-0 offering from Buckner. And this is a broadcaster's nightmare. You've got pitcher and pitcher, Buckland and Buckner. I am bound to mess that one up at some point. I already have, according to Brian Shepard, my production man, never one to let me go with a B- effort. 3-1 the count now to Buckland. 264 hitter on the season, 13 ribbies, 6 doubles. She'll look on and trying to draw the walk and does not get it. Buckland now a full count. Hitters 1, 2, and 3 coming to the plate, top of the third. Allie Hypes on deck. The 3-2 pitch, and that one will miss in the dirt. And a rare walk issued by the pitcher, junior Grayson Buckner, just 20 now on the season. In 104 innings of work for the junior. For the second time in 3 innings, the leadoff runner is aboard. Hype singled as well back in inning number 1. Hype's the freshman shortstop, 368 hitter, 25 RBIs, 7 doubles, 1 home run. And the first pitch, little off-speed work from Buckner for strike 1. Oh, 1, and that changeup going back even to the Sissonville game has worked wonders for Grayson Buckner. She has kept the batters fooled with the off-speed pitch. 0-2 quickly to Hypes. The catcher, Kaylin Parks, best hitter on the Patriot team, is in the on-deck circle. Little flinch that time by Hypes. The pitch goes upstairs. 1-2 the counts. Over 2 hour left in Class AAA at the moment. Washington leading John Marshall 4-1 early in that one. 1-2 pitch just off the tip of the bat. Hype stays alive to see another. They live to fight another day. Buckner rocks and fires, and she'll go back to the changeup, and it works again. As Hypes could have swung, recounted, and swung again on that one. Strikeout number 2 of the day for Buckner. First out issued here in the top of inning number 3 with Buckland over at first. Kaylin Park, 628 hitter, 50 RBIs. She's got a big bat, 12 home runs on the season, and she wanted number 13 with that swing. Another off-speed pitch, though. Buckner has got that changeup working to perfection. Parks also has 10 doubles, 7 triples, and 34, I'm not lying, 34 stolen bases. But she has been fooled by the first 2 pitches. Buckner staying away from the fastball. And those 2 pitches moving away from the bat of Parks to the outside corner. 0-2 offering, off speed. This one's chopped over towards short. Fielded, though, by the third baseman. And a strong, strong throw by Caroline Woody, the junior third baseman. That will advance Buckland out to second, but a great play by Woody to take the second out of the inning. I imagine if Woody hadn't cut that one off, I don't think Huffman would have had time to make the play over at first. Heifs was getting it down the line. Parks was. Cleanup hitter Blankenship. She had the sac RBI on the fly out to center field back in inning number 1. 264 overall hitter with 14 RBIs now, 6 doubles and 12 stolen bases. Inside corner, this one is ripped and right at the left fielder as Abby Hansen took about 4 steps backwards for out number 3. A base runner aboard, no damage in the top of the third for Independence. Huskies back to the plate leading 2-1.
Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal. Served all day long and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Did you know that up to 50% of the air you breathe in your home is the air that comes through your basement? A wet, damp basement can be a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect your indoor air quality, and damage your valuables. Alford Home Solutions will transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality in your entire home. Protect your family today. Visit alfordhomesolutions.com for a free estimate.
West Virginia teens are changing the game. West Virginia Game Changers is an initiative designed to educate, support, and empower our youth to make healthy choices as they prepare to be our leaders of tomorrow. West Virginia Game Changer. The game changer right now came for the Huskies in inning number 2. 2 hits, 2 runs. And in the bottom of the third, the Huskies lead it 2-1. Immediately stepping up and ripping it down the line is Huffman. But right at the first baseman, Chloe Hart, as she'll make the unassisted ground out. So 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. That's efficiency for Delaney Buckland. That keeps the pitch count low. Huffman popped out to left field, her first plate appearance, and stepping up immediately, Caroline Woody, and she will bloop one into shallow center field. Diving after it was the center fielder, Blankenship. Lost her footing, couldn't get to it, and in fact, she stayed on the turf, and that required extra help to get out to the softball, and that sent Woody over to second. A very shallow hit, bloop double, but that is sometimes the way the ball bounces here, especially on turf fields. You see the great max effort given by the senior Blankenship, just unable to corral it. And the Huskies are in business again with a runner in scoring position and just 1 out on the board, and 3-4-5 coming to the plate. Sydney Bright grounded out to the shortstop. Heifs back in the first inning, and this one will get through. That is a hard hit single, and they are going to hold the runner at third. That will allow the runner to head over to second. So Bright on the throw in will head out to second. That's important because it takes away the double play, or at least the traditional double play opportunity. Takes a force out away, and it looks like Bright, the catcher, will get a pinch runner as Kirsten Worley comes in. We saw Worley in game number 1 come in to pinch run for Bright. So back-to-back base hits, and the Huskies in big business now as Pfizer, the cleanup hitter, coming to the plate. 535 hitter for the senior center fielder, 26 ribbies, 10 doubles, and a home run. Buckland rocks and fires, and this one is drilled. No doubt about it, to the baseline of the fence. I called it early. It is going to score 1 run. They'll send Worley, the pinch runner, in and all the way over to third as I, from bad vantage point, was preemptive in calling that a home run. That was a rip shot. It hit the base of the fence in right field. And Courtney Pfizer, the center fielder and the 2019 member of the first team All-State, has just given the Huskies a 4-1 lead with a 2 RBI triple. A big swing of the bat for Pfizer, and the inning continues with the pitcher Buckner now at the plate. She singled, stole a base, and scored in the second inning. And she'll look at a pair up out of the zone to begin this plate appearance. Buckner, a .494 hitter, had an RBI this morning. 39 on the season, 5 home runs, 9 doubles, and she will swing. This one is ripped down the line. That'll drop in fair territory, easily scoring Pfizer from third. And around with a stand-up RBI double is Grayson Buckner. And suddenly, after the Huskies were retired 1-2-3 in the first inning, they have exploded now for 6 base hits in 2 innings, and now they lead it 5-1. No doubt about that one. That was a rip shot down the line all the way to the fence. That will draw a meeting in the pitcher circle just with the infield. Trying to calm their pitcher Delaney Buckland down just a bit here. So 2 back-to-back extra base hits. So there's 3 in this inning. The double by Woody, the triple by Pfizer scoring 2, and now the double by Buckner. And a nice settling pitch for Buckland. She'll get Hanson looking for strike 1. Hanson reached on an error, scored back in inning number 2. Next pitch ripped down the line again. Head coach Missy Smith making a nice attempt at that one. I won't call coach on that play. Count 0-2 to Hanson, a .368 hitter, 23 ribbies with 8 doubles. Take a look at this one. This will come right into your front window and right past the screen. Great camera work down the third baseline by Parker Withrow. Part of our crew here in Class AA, Bryce. Next pitch, this is up the middle. That's going to fall through. That's going to score Buckner from second. And heading over to second is Abby Hanson, the 4th extra base hit of the inning. Now the Huskies showing just why they are able to score 9 runs per game. The Huskies have scored double figures in 12 games this year, and that will draw another meeting. This time the head coach, Ken Atkins, will come out. So while they are meeting, let's get the official scoring on that play. Was that a double or a single and then a move on? Single and a throw. I will most definitely defer to the official scorebook on that one. But that is 4 straight RBIs. Pfizer scored 2 on the triple, an RBI by Buckner scoring a run, and then the RBI single by Hanson scoring Buckner. The Huskies, they were held in check the majority of game 1 in that 7-3 loss to Sissonville. looked like they may have some problems in this game as they went quietly in the bottom of the first, 1, 2, 3. But since then, the Husky bats have warmed up and woken up. Maybe a little ammonia snaps in between the first and second innings. For the bats, Shamblin, she's got an RBI on a sacrifice. She scored the first run of this ball game with the sac RBI on the fly out to center. Oh, 0-1 the count to Shamblin. Huskies leading 6-1. Again, 3-time defending state champs have to work their way out of the consolation bracket. Independent's going to try to end the four-peat opportunity in this ball game. 2-1 the count now to Shamblin. Shamblin, the seventh batter to come to the plate in the bottom of this third inning. Well, I had a 2-1 count. I missed the ball somewhere there. That was ball 4. As I was talking about state championships of the past, I forgot there's a current game going on. Runners now at first and second, and still just 1 out on the scoreboard. Josie Fix, an RBI single back in the last inning. Called strike on the corner. 0-1 Fix, 406 hitter, 17 RBIs now. Next pitch ripped opposite field into the third base dugout. 0-2 the count to Fix. So a big half inning here offensively for the Huskies. And they are not just quite done, just 1 out on the scoreboard. Patriots need a big play here if they want to calm down this offensive barrage that we have seen. Good stop behind the plate that time by Kalen Parks, the senior. We talked about Pfizer being a first-team All-Stater. Parks was a sophomore back in 2019. She was listed on the first-team All-State list. Now a senior. 1-2 offering, missing away. And the count even now, 2 apiece. Emma Veltri on deck, the number 9 hitter in the Herbert Hoover lineup. Buckland rocks and fires this one over to first. A nice play. Second base side, turning his heart. She'll make the unassisted out. She made the first out of the inning, unassisted ground out to Huffman. And she will give the Patriots out number 2.
For the Huskies, number 13, Emma Veltri.
Runners advancing on that play to second and third. And Veltri looks on at strike 1. Veltri struck out, one of just 2 so far for Buckland. Check swing on the outside corner, wasn't going to matter, a called strike. And the count now 0-2 to Veltri. 288 average with 10 RBIs on the season. 0-2 pitch back on the inside corner, great location as Veltri is jammed for strike 3. But the damage done in the bottom of the third. The Huskies plate 4. They lead 6-1 after 3 complete innings here at the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament on the NFHS Network.
4 runs, 5 hits, 2 left on.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
And we welcome you back to South Charleston, West Virginia, Little Creek Park. The Rock Field A Class AA elimination game in the consolation bracket. A big inning in the bottom of the third for the defending champion Herbert Hoover Huskies. 5 base hits, including 3 extra base hits, 4 runs plated, and the Huskies lead by 5 as we enter the top of the 4th over Independence, 6-1. A lot of work to do now here for the Patriot offense. Kendall Martin steps in first. And Buckner, after delivering the first strike, goes back to that changeup that has been a nightmare for the Patriot batters so far. Pair of strikeouts so far for the junior Buckner in this second game. And she'll go right back to the exact same pitch, a 3-pitch strikeout of Martin. And Buckner is rocking and rolling here in this consolation game, utilizing that changeup to perfection. 3 strikeouts in this ball game. That gives Buckner 81 total on the season. Works the inside corner on a check swing by Sarah Bragg, and that one is called strike 1. Bragg struck out swinging in the second inning, a .349 hitter with 29 RBIs. Frame attempt by Bright, the catcher. That one missing on the inside corner. Again, Bragg back in that first game loss to Oak Glen. Maddie McVeigh had a no-hitter into the bottom of the 7th inning with 1 out, and Bragg eliminated the no-hitter with the shot up the middle of the diamond. Now Bragg fouls one off, 1-2 the count. Jana Davis on deck. Patriots going to try to fight back in this one. They can score 8 runs a game on average this season. And for the first time in this ball game, an Independence Patriot batter laid off of the changeup. That one missed on the outside corner, 2-2. Patriots have scored double digits in 13 games, so they can obviously score runs, but Buckner making that very, very difficult, striking out back-to-back batters as they got Bragg that time. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. Jana Davis, the second baseman, coming to the plate. Popped out to center field on the nice play by Pfizer back in the second inning. Davis, the .310 hitter, 12 RBIs, 3 doubles. Just a freshman. A lot of youth on both of these teams. Talked about the Huskies, 5 sophomore starters. Pair of sophomore starters for Independence. Here's one poked towards the right field of the infield. That one made easily by Buckner herself. And for the first time today, the Huskies able to work a 1-2-3 defensive half. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Herbert Hoover leading 6-1. You're watching the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament on the NFHS Network.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
Mm-hmm. You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
CBS Equipment has over 30 years' experience in the mining industry and is committed to supply mining companies with reliable, inventive quality equipment as well as top-notch customer service. CBS Equipment is proud to support the Independence Lady Patriots as well as all 2021 softball state tournament participants. And CBS Equipment trying to will their Independence Patriots back into this ball game. A 1-2-3, top of the 4th, though, for the Huskies, including 2 strikeouts by Buckner and then a ground out made by the pitcher. The last 2 innings for the Huskies offensively have been very good. 7 base hits and 6 runs have plated. Back to the top of the order. Here's one poked towards second. And the play grabbed by Davis, the freshman, across to Hart for out number 1 as they will retire Huffman for the 3rd straight time. The leadoff hitter, Brooklyn Huffman, unable to make it to the base paths. Huffman was 2 for 4 in the first game lost to Sissonville. And the first pitch, this one is roped deep into left field, and what a play by the left fielder Kendall Martin. Over the shoulder grab, fighting the sun and all the way near the warning track. Just turned the glove over at the right time. Let's take a look at it. A deep shot by Caroline Woody and over the shoulder grab for out number 2. That may be a spark for the Patriots. They need something to get them going. Yes, that is true. An ESPN highlight-worthy play out in left field by Martin. So Bright now to the batter's box. She'll pop one over on the right side. That one will fall out of play. Sydney Bright, the catcher, 1 for 2 today, singled in the last inning. Huskies sent 9 batters to the plate in the bottom of inning number 3. 5 base hits, 3 of those were extra base hits, 4 runs scored. Off speed for Buckland on the next offering, and it is 1-2 now to Bright. Patriots badly in need of a 1-2-3. They'd like to have it against the 1-2-3 batters. This one golfed foul over towards the left fielder. Once again, Martin unable to make that one. That would have been another spectacular grab in foul territory. Count holds 1-2. Bright, a .423 hitter, 30 RBIs. Had an RBI back in game number 1 in the loss to Sissonville. 2-2 the counts. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Next pitch ripped up the middle, and that, I believe, was a gap wedge or a lob wedge, because that one was right off of the rubber pellets on the turf. A stinger maybe for the 3-iron. Whatever it is, Bright has back-to-back singles now, and the Patriots unable to eliminate the Huskies 1-2-3, so they'll have to see Pfizer again. And Pfizer, the last time I preemptively gave her a home run, it turned out to be a 2 RBI triple in the last inning. The lone senior on this Husky starting lineup and a first-team All-Stater 2 years ago. 0-1 the count. Buckland trying to get Pfizer back after that triple. She did strike Pfizer out in the second inning. Pfizer turns on this one, pops it high into the sky. Is that one going to stay in fair territory? It will not. So Buckland ahead now with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Pfizer, the cleanup hitter. In the top of the 5th inning, it'll be 8-9-1 coming to the plate for Independence. Pinch runner again over there at first, Kirsten Worley. Next pitch, check swing, called strike 3. And that will end the threat here in the bottom of the 4th. No damage done as the Patriots get a much-needed break. They move to the top of the 5th inning. See if Independence can come back or if Herbert Hoover can continue to lead 6-1 after these messages.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Whether you need help with landscaping or the perfect manicured lawn, call Chris Dukic at All Seasons Lawn and Landscaping. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape, proud supporters of girls softball and the Ritchie County Lady Rebels. Lady Rebels in Class Single A. We are in Class Double A. And the three-time defending champion Herbert Hoover Huskies right now leading Independence, and that will help the Patriots cause as the first pitch swung on by the number 8 hitter, the first baseman, Chloe Hart, and she will gap shot it to the wall in right center field for the leadoff double. Hart had a single, a stolen base in the second, so she is 2 for 2. And that is her 6th double of the season. Came in a .302 hitter, 23 ribbies, 2 home runs, and 5 doubles, 4 triples, now 6 doubles. Trista White, number 9 hitter in the order for the Patriots, coming to the plate. Buckner's first offer missing away, 1-0 the count. White, a .475 hitter, 7 RBIs, 12 stolen bases for the junior. A little bit of a running start to that swing. White will foul it off, 1-1 the count. Huskies trying to work out of the consolation bracket, stay alive for their possible 4th state championship in a row. Again, 2020 was canceled. So going back to 2017, 18, and 19, the Huskies. They also have a state title back in 2014, all under the direction of 15th-year head coach Missy Smith. 340-99 is her overall record. Here's a slow swinging bunt. That one will trickle foul down the first baseline. That was a dangerous opportunity, though, for the Patriots. And White, that was placed nicely. 1-2 the count. And for Independence at 22-15, they are trying to stay alive for their school's first ever state championship opportunity. Under the direction of 7th-year head coach Ken Atkins, 125-72 overall in his career. 2-2 the count. Staying alive is White, just threw the bat out to the outside corner, catching a piece of it. 6th pitch of the at-bat. Leadoff base hit by Hart. She's out at second with the double. Here's one check swing towards second base, fielded cleanly by Veltri. And she will take the out at first, advancing Hart into better position over at third. So White able to put one in play on the right side of the infield. Advancing runners, and that will bring the top of the order to the plate. Buckner 1 for 1. Singled, scored in the first inning, walked and was stranded in the third. You know Buckland would like to help her own cause here as the innings start to wane. But Grayson Buckner has been very good since that first inning when she gave up the 2 base hits to begin the ball game and the sac RBI. She has been in shutdown mode with a little bit of help from her friends in the field for the defense of the Huskies. All 4 playing in on the turf, the green part of the turf, I should say, trying to avoid giving up a run. Here's one popped up in a very shallow infield area. I tell you what, I'm not sure if the shortstop Huffman had any idea where that ball was. She's staring again at the sun. The left side of the infield and the left fielder are having a tough time seeing. Fortunately for Huffman, Veltri, the freshman second baseman, came over behind the pitcher circle and made the grab for out number 2. Allie Hypes 1 for 2. Singled back in the first as well. Fell victim, though, to the off-speed changeup for a strikeout in the third inning. Buckner so far with 4 strikeouts in this game. 1-0 pitch called, strike on the inside corner. Count evens at 1-1. It's a beautiful day it has become. It was raining this morning. They had to back up the games an entire hour to let the bad weather go through. And it has certainly gone through. Here's one jamming the batter as Hypes hits it off the inside of the bat. Back to Buckner it goes for out number 3. Runner aboard on the base hit by Hart. No damage. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Huskies to the plate leading 6-1. You're watching the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament on the NFHS Network.
For the Patriots in the 5th.
West Virginia teens are changing the game. West Virginia Game Changers is an initiative designed to educate, support, and empower our youth to make healthy choices as they prepare to be our leaders of tomorrow. West Virginia Game Changer. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Huskies leading the Patriots 6-1. Grayson Buckner, the pitcher, back to the batter's box as the Patriots took the 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. They retired the Huskies 1-2-3 in the bottom half. Since then, the Huskies have been on fire offensively. 7 base hits in the second and third innings with 6 runs scoring. Added another base hit in the 4th. They've got 8 overall, and the Huskies lead 6-0. Here's one popped up in the infield, and a dangerous play as the middle infielders nearly crashed into each other, and we talked again about that sun really wreaking havoc on the left side of this infield and the left fielder. Initially, it was Hypes calling for the play, and I think that Jana Davis could tell that Hypes was having trouble locating it. Davis came over at the last second and made the play. The two did collide, but a great play, good concentration by Davis. Buckner retired for the first time. She was 2 for 2 with an RBI, a double, and 2 runs scored before that. Abby Hansen, 1 for 2 on the day, reached on an error and scored in the second. The RBI single in that big 4-run third inning. Buckland in the defense for Independence trying to get out of this inning quickly. Here's one popped up over behind third base, and again, you can just tell in the body language of Allie Hypes, she was fighting the sun that entire time, able to shield her eyes, and at the last second found that softball right before it hit the glove. You know, normally that's a routine play, but right now it is not routine for the left side of the field. You can see both of the infielders shielding their eyes before the pitch comes. Both teams have to deal with it, and both teams have had to deal with it in the last couple of innings. Sydney Shamblin looked on at the first pitch out of the zone for ball 1. Buckland fights back to even the count at 1 apiece. Shamblin, .325 hitter on the year, 18 ribbies. And the sack RBI to start the scoring for the Huskies back in the second, and then walked and was stranded in the third. 2-1 the count. For the second straight inning, Independence looking for a 3-up, 3-down opportunity. This one into shallow right center field. Moving on is Alyssa Daniels for out number 3. And for the first time since the first, the Patriots able to retire the Huskies 1-2-3. To the top of the 6th we go. Independence back to the plate. Huskies leading 6-1.
Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal. Served all day long and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Did you know that up to 50% of the air you breathe in your home is the air that comes through your basement? A wet, damp basement can be a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect your indoor air quality, and damage your valuables. Alford Home Solutions will transform your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality in your entire home. Protect your family today. Visit alfordhomesolutions.com for a free estimate.
This game is under the supervision of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Bernie Dolan is the executive director. Assistants are Greg Reed, Wayne Ryan, and Cindy Daniel. Heather Enoch is the media coordinator. We are into the 6th in this elimination game, consolation bracket of the Class AA state tournament. And Independence trailing Herbert Hoover 6-1. The Patriots, their first 1-2-3 defensive inning since inning number 1, retiring Hoover 1-2-3. The Patriots will send 3-4-5 to the plate. Kaylin Parks, top hitter on the team. She'll nub one over towards second. Quickly, Veltri gets over there, the freshman. She has been very good in this ball game. Put out number 4, actually put out number 5, I should say. She had 4 coming in for the freshman second baseman, Veltri. One out quickly in the top of the 6th, and incoming. Watch out from the left side as Class AAA can't keep their balls on their own field. Destiny Blankenship, the center fielder. The sack RBI back in inning number 1. Line drive put out in the 3rd over at left field. Want to know the count? Blankenship, a .264 hitter. As we watch the replay, and here it comes, right in beside Buckner. I'm going to give that girl credit. Good peripheral vision for Buckner before she started the pitch. 1-1 the count to Blankenship. .264 hitter, 13 RBIs, now 14 I should say, on the season. Off speed, the changeup, and out in front again is an Independence batter. I tell you, Buckner has worked that changeup to absolute perfection today against the Patriot batters. And Blankenship falls prey. So 2 up, 2 down for the Husky offense. You can see just out in front of it and just softly dribbled towards the pitcher's circle. That is put out number 3 on ground outs defensively by the pitcher Grayson Buckner. Kendall Martin, hitter number 5 in the Independence order. Martin 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. .372 hitter this year, 35 RBIs, and again, that off-speed pitch comes in. The check swing, and they will check down at first. And I did not see what the call was. Looks like they called it a strike. So they'll say that Martin went around. Count 1-1, now 1-2 as Martin fouls off another off-speed pitch. Buckner is, I would say the ratio of fastball to changeup is tilting in the direction of changeup. Next pitch missing. 2-2 the count. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning for the Husky defense. Here's one's popped up into very shallow right field. Moving in is the sophomore Shamblin for out number 3. And a 1-2-3 defensive inning for the Huskies as they lead at 6-1 to the bottom of the inning we go in this Class AA state softball tournament on the NFHS network.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We welcome you back to South Charleston, West Virginia, Little Creek Park, the site of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament. First year hosting on this very nice facility, and the volunteers have been great here. The workers, the staff, all the crew here has been tremendous. And day one of this tournament. As we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Huskies back to the plate. Josie Fix, hitter number 8 in the order, catches just enough of that one opposite field style to poke it into shallow left field for the leadoff single. After the Huskies retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th, they come back with a base hit to lead it off. As you see, the left-hander just puts enough juice on that one to get it into the outfield. That's the second base hit for Fix. She had an RBI back in the 2nd. First pitch swinging in foul territory this time by Veltri. And Bragg over at third nearly getting in to make the play in foul territory. 0-1 the count. Veltri 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Part of a 4-strikeout day for the sophomore Delaney Buckland. Buckland has not pitched bad, and the defense has not played poorly for Independence. It's just the bats of the Huskies have woken up in a big way. This one poked over towards second as Davis, the freshman, decides just to take the out at first. That will allow Fix to move on into scoring position. One out, back to the top of the order we go. Brooklyn Huffman, she's 0 for 3 on the day, has hit it all 3 times. Flew out to left field in the first, grounded out to the first baseman in the third, and grounded out to second base in inning number 4. It was a good leadoff hitter for Coach Missy Smith, 444 overall in the season. 35 RBIs, that's good for second on the team, and she's got home run power, 6 of them this year. Swings heavy at the next offering, quickly behind in the count to Buckland, 0-2. Winner advancing to tomorrow's contest. They'll face off against the loser of tonight's final game between Oak Glen and Sissonville. The loser of this one will pack it up for the 2021 season. Buckland's next offering missing away. Patriots, again, looking for the school's first ever state title. Huskies looking to go 4 for the last 4. High into the sky it goes. Huffman, and it's over at shortstop, and there it is. We've been talking about the sunshine playing a major factor on the left side of the infield. We saw Hypes struggle with it last inning defensively, and this time Hypes unable to find the ball as it's coming down, hits her glove, and falls out. Huffman safe at first, and you just feel for the left side of the infield and the left fielder for both teams at the moment. That sun, as it falls down in the sky, is getting worse, directly in the eyesight of all of the players at short, third, and left field. So Caroline Woody at the plate. She is 1 for 3, had a big double and a run scored in the third. First couple of pitches from Buckland missing. One low, one outside. Woody, a .325 hitter with 8 ribbies in this 2021 season. The third baseman and one of just 3 players who were on the team in 2019 when the Huskies won their 3rd straight. With a 2-0 count, Woody swings at the next pitch, and that may have drawn a bit of ire from the head coach, Missy Smith, over in the third base coaching box. She told Woody, get over here for a second. Buckland now takes advantage and offers strike 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Huskies would like to add some insurance here. Patriots need to get out of this with no damage. They'll already need 5 at least to extend the ball game in their final regular at-bat coming in the top of the 7th. In the top of the 7th inning, it will be Sarah Bragg, Janet Davis, Chloe Hart, hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the Patriot order. A 2-2 pitch. That one rides high, full count. And that is the first full count offered by the pitcher Buckland in this ball game. Fix out at second, Huffman at first, 1 out. Inside fastball, ripped foul down the line by Woody. Until Coach Smith get in front of that one. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming here for Woody. A payoff pitch, and that one missing upstairs. Did I miss something? I thought that would have been ball 4. Well, Brian Shepard's got ball 4 as well. Apparently we are incorrect. So it is now a 3-2 count. Sydney Bright on deck. 3-2 pitch up into the air. First base side. Giving a look and making the grab is the catcher, Kaylin Parks, the senior, the first-team All-Stater from a couple of years ago. And that will retire Woody for the 2nd out. So Bright, back-to-back singles her last 2 plate appearances. She's 2 for 3 with a run scored today. She'll look on at the first offering from Buckland in there. 4 strike 1. Independence will have the top of the 7th inning available. They want to get there with just a 5-run deficit. Pitch popped up on the left side of the infield, and that one will sail over the dugout into the fans. Huskies 24-4 on the season. 3 of those 4 losses came to Sissonville, including in game number 1 for the Huskies. Next pitch, this one jams the batter. Bright, that'll drop in on the line, though, and that will allow the 7th run to come in and score. As Fix was moving on contact, she'll make it in all the way from second. And an insurance run added in the bottom of the 6th inning. You take a look, that wasn't the hardest hit shot for Bright, but sometimes it's where you hit them, not how hard. And Bright now 3 for 4 with 3 straight hits, and now she has her 31st RBI to go with it. 7-1 Huskies. Now Courtney Pfizer. She struck out in the 2nd and 4th innings, and in between that, ripped the triple down the line, and she'll add to it. This one is tattooed, one-hopping the fence in right center field. One run will score. They'll send Bright around all the way from first. Actually, that was Worley, the pinch runner. And suddenly this thing has gotten very, very dangerous for Independence. Is that 9? We have got 9. If it is 9, that is going to do it. And the home plate umpire has called it as Courtney Pfizer, apologies, goes into the gap in right center field. And with that gap shot, Huffman came around from second to score, and the pinch runner Worley all the way around from first. And with that, Courtney Pfizer finishes 2 for 4 with a triple and 4 RBIs. And the last one is a walk-off fashion as the Huskies will stay alive in their quest for 4 in a row. And they will end the season for the Patriots of Independence High School. A tremendous year for Independence, finishing at 22-16. And they will finish just shy of day 2 here at the state softball tournament in Class AA. 9-1 in the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap the ball game and have your stats here in game number 3 on the NFHS Network.
At Tudor's Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal. Served all day long and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Boy, getting older is pretty stressful. Am I right, girls?
No kidding, Sandy. It seems like every morning I see a new driveway crack.
My deck sure isn't as level as it used to be.
You've got to keep up appearances, though, right?
Mm-hmm. You got that right.
It's time to stop worrying about your concrete problems. Give us a call today and rest easy tonight.
West Virginia teens are changing the game. West Virginia Game Changers is an initiative designed to educate, support, and empower our youth to make healthy choices as they prepare to be our leaders of tomorrow. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape. Whether you need help with landscaping or the perfect manicured lawn, call Chris Dukic at All Seasons Lawn and Landscaping. All Seasons Lawn and Landscape, proud supporters of girls softball and the Ritchie County Lady Rebels. CBS Equipment has over 30 years experience in the mining industry and is committed to supply mining companies with reliable, inventive, quality equipment as well as top-notch customer service. CBS Equipment is proud to support the Independence Lady Patriots as well as all 2021 softball state tournament participants. Final score here in this consolation bracket elimination game. The Herbert Hoover Huskies, the 3-time defending state champions out of Class AA, defeating Independence 9-1 on a walk-off 2 RBI hit by the cleanup hitter senior Courtney Pfizer, part of a 2-hit day and a 4 RBI day for her. This was a close start to the ball game as Independence, after being 1 hit against Oak Glen in the opening game, started things off with a bang in the top of the first inning, a pair of base hits to lead it off by the first 2 batters, the pitcher Delaney Buckland and Allie Hypes. When it was all said and done, a sac RBI for Destiny Blankenship immediately. The Patriots out in front out of the top of the first inning. They retired the Huskies 1-2-3 in the bottom half, and it looked at that point like this was going to be a serious battle. Independence blanked in the top of the second inning. Huskies got 2 back. They took their first lead, the lead they would not relinquish. It was the third inning, though, that was a bit of the undoing for the Patriots as the Huskies blasted out 5 base hits and 4 runs. It was a 6-1 lead at that point. Both teams blanked in the 4th and 5th innings respectively. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Patriots were trying to get out of the inning and make it a 5-run deficit moving into the top of the 7th inning. Unfortunately for the Patriots and fortunately for the Huskies, that was not how it broke down, as it started off with a Josie Fix single. Veltri grounded out, advancing Fix to second. An error on the hit by Brooklyn Huffman sent runners to first and second. Caroline Woody popped out in foul territory to the catcher. Following that was Sydney Bright ripping an RBI single, scoring the 7th run of the game. And at that point, it was a 7-1 lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up steps Courtney Pfizer, and she ripped a gap shot into the right center field wall. It one-hopped the fence as Huffman headed around from first, or Bright, sorry, headed around from first. As you take a look at that actual play, Huffman headed around from first, and Worley, who was pinch running for Bright, scored all the way from first. And at that point, the officials, the umpires, looked up at the press box and said, "What do you got?" We had 9-1, and that was it, as the Huskies survive and advance in the consolation bracket. And congratulations to Independence, one of 4 teams to survive the regular season and the postseason to this point. But their season will end here on this Tuesday evening, as the Huskies will advance. They'll await the loser of our next game following just in about 30 minutes. Oak Glen and Sissonville will battle it out in the championship bracket, and the loser will drop into the consolation round. And those 2 teams, the Huskies and the loser of this next one, will face off first thing tomorrow morning in another elimination game at 9:45 p.m. Let's take a look at the individual stats. Taking the loss today for Independence, Delaney Buckland. She goes 5 2/3 innings of work, as she gives up 11 base hits, 9 runs, just 4 earned runs, though. Tells you a couple of errors were an issue for the Patriot defense. 4 strikeouts for Buckland to just 1 walk issued. And again, it was not that Buckland pitched poorly. It was just that the Husky offense was working to the tune of 11 base hits, just 4 base hits for the Patriots and on the 1 run. So Buckner was very, very good today. As you take a look at the difference in this one, Independence 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and the Huskies 7 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Leading the way for Independence this afternoon, 2 for 2 was Chloe Hart. Sally Hypes 1 for 3. Blankenship was 0 for 2 officially, but she did have the sack RBI back in inning number 1. The big bat today, obviously, was Courtney Pfizer, the senior center fielder, 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a triple in this second game. RBIs for Hanson, Shamblin, and Fix, 1 apiece for those 3. Fix goes 2 for 3, Hanson 1 for 3, Shamblin 0 for 2 with the sacrifice RBI. So the Huskies survive. The Huskies advance. They are now 25-4 on the season, and they will continue their quest for 4 straight titles going all the way back to 2017. Congratulations to the Independence Patriots, Coach Ken Atkins, the entire crew there from Raleigh County on a tremendous, tremendous season. So that will do it for us here in game number 3. Today's game has been produced in conjunction by the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and Video Productions. Bernie Dolan is the executive director of the WVSSAC. Assistant executive directors are Greg Reed, Wayne Ryan, and Cindy Daniel. Heather Enoch serves as the events and media coordinator for the WVSSAC. Butch Mounts is the executive producer of Video Productions. That'll do it for us here from South Charleston and Little Creek Park, where Herbert Hoover defeats Independence 9-1 in 6 innings. More coverage still to come of this 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament. All games of the tournament are streaming live and archived on the NFHS Network. Today's game was presented by your local Little General Stores. For our entire broadcast crew, this is Andrew Miller saying so long from the Little Creek Park in South Charleston, West Virginia. You've been watching live streaming coverage of the 2021 West Virginia High School State Softball Tournament here on the NFHS Network.